welcome to Mystic Moonstone's weekly angel card reading. The duration for this reading is from the 11th of May through to the 17th of May. Okay, let's have a look and see what the cards have in store for us this week. I feel like shopping today. Okay, the first card I've got is Archangel Uriel, and it's the alchemy, or as I like to call it, the alchemist card. When Archangel Uriel comes around us, he often comes around us when we're going through quite a hard time, and he's known as the light of God. He tends to come in when we're going through a dark night of the soul, a really sort of bad time where we just can't see a way forward. And he tends to shine a light, and sometimes it's just a little glimmer, a little crack, but it gives us something to aim for, something to move forward for. So the Alchemist card is quite apt with this, because with the Alchemist card, it's about going through the hottest flames and coming out the other side. You know, the alchemists of old would take base metals and turn them into solid gold. And that is exactly what Archangel Uriel helps you to do. He helps you to take a base situation, a situation that isn't really what you would have wanted, you know, can be quite difficult, and to turn it into something, you know, to get the positive out of the negative. Quite often when Archangel Uriel comes in around us, he brings in learning, education. It's about connecting with the solar plexus and with the sacral chakra. Okay, so lots of it coming in, lots of shining the light, maybe on possibilities that you hadn't thought about, avenues that you might think, well, maybe I should explore those. Okay, so that's towards the beginning of the week to midweek. Let's have a look, see if we get an influence card. Okay, this is interesting. This is colour healing. Now, you know, when colour comes in, colour can heal us in so many ways, and it's also about connecting with our chakras, about connecting with the energies around us. For some of you, it may be that it's time to actually take a course, or to look into taking a course to do with one of the therapies that links in with colour. You know, there's so many out there that do, you know, that colour is actually involved in, whether it's candle work, whether it's crystal for healing. It can be colour healing. You know, as a qualified colour therapist, I can't really recommend working with colours more. You know, I think colours come into everything. Even as children, we're drawn to different colours. Colours can be so healing, they can settle us, they can have such an effect on our emotions. So it could even be that it's not a literal, let's go and do a colour therapy lesson, but it's actually about, let's see what colours are going to calm me, inspire me, embolden me, you know, calm me. You know, colours can do so much. You know, one colour can inspire, one colour can quieten. You know, and the soul really responds to colour. That's why you have the chakras in your body. It's why colour is sort of key to everything. You know, we don't live in a black and white world. Okay, so, you know, so just remember that, you know, about the colour, and try and bring colour in. Okay, especially if you are going through a dark time and you just need that little bit of light. Okay, so let's look and see what's going on midweek. Okay. We have midweek, we have Archangel Shamiel, and it's divine love. Now, this could be a situation to do with love around you, to do with a matter of the heart. It could be somebody coming back in. It could be a new person coming into your life, because Archangel Shamiel is the one who brings soulmates in. But also, with divine love, it can be about loving yourself, you know. Sometimes we expect to attract love into our life, but we don't love ourselves. And sometimes to attract love in, we have to begin with ourselves. Okay, so divine love is actually recognising that you are lovable, that, you know, you are a child of the divine, and you have you know, you have a purpose, you have a reason for being here. We all do. That, you know, you are meant to love and be loved. And as you start to accept that and acknowledge that, then you start to send out an energy that attracts that kind of love in. For those of you in relationships, when the divine card comes up, it's sometimes, you know, it's a sign of it's time to actually, we can all take relationships for granted. We take that other person for granted, especially if they're always there for us. It just becomes, you know, it becomes like your sofa, you know, somebody who's there, you know, to support you. And sometimes we don't put the work in, and every relationship needs that little bit of work. Everybody needs to feel special, needs to feel loved, and needs to feel valued. So with that card, remember that I've given you that. Okay, we've got the Angel of Diet and Nutrition, and anybody who's had a reading with me will know this one card I really don't like giving. But you know, it's really important because it's not about how big you look, how small you look, it's about how you feel on the inside. And if you feel good on the inside, then you feel good on the outside. And if you are thinking about attracting the new love into your life, or even if you're in a relationship, sometimes you have to look at how you're treating yourself. You know, I did a post a couple of weeks ago where I said, you know, your body's like a racehorse and it depends how you treat it. Would you just go and feed your horse tons and tons of oats, or, you know, would you deprive your horse of exercise? So it's not, when we talk about looking after the body, we're not talking about being vain, but we're talking about, you know, your soul resides in your body. And, you know, there's that old saying about your body being a temple. So it really is important. When you look at the card, it says, you know, that you need to pay attention to what you eat and what you drink. And that's not just about depriving yourself of things, it's actually about making sure that you get that balance, okay, that whole balance of foods, because quite often, you know, there's foods that we're missing out on that our body actually needs. Okay, we're going to go towards the end of the week. I like to shuffle these ones. Let's see what we've got. Okay, we've got Archangel Raziel, and it's the card of Hidden Worlds. Now, Archangel Raziel is the mystic of the angels, and when he comes in around us, he helps us to understand little signs, things that maybe are being brought in around us, angelic signs, signs from spirit, that maybe we haven't been picking up on for some reason. When I'm looking at this card, I feel with the green, it's also about following the heart, okay, what your heart desires, you know, that your dreams are within reach, but you have to be willing to reach for them. So as we get to the end of the week, you know, you may find little signs coming in that kind of point you in that right direction. I will go back over these because I can see where this is all linking now. It's always nice to get to this part. Okay, and the last card is the card of peace. Now I'm just going to put that down because I don't want to keep repeating myself, and I'm just going to go back to the beginning. The first card we had was Archangel Uriel, and he's going to come in quite literally for quite a few of you at the beginning of this week and shine a light. Okay, and that shining the light is actually giving you a direction, giving you something to aim upon, something to focus upon, something to aim for, knowing that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. So if you're going through something really bad, you're going to know, actually, I'm going to get through this, okay, and that's what he's coming in with. One of the things that is going to help you is the use of colour, bringing colour in, working with your chakras, maybe through meditation. You know, you can bring in, if you're feeling really down, and you know, really out of energy, you can always do a meditation where you draw upon red energy. Now remember, red is magnetic and you draw it upwards. Okay, by the same token, if you're feeling a little bit skitsy, like I sometimes get, a little bit hyper and you just want cooling down, you can pull upon blue energy. Now blue energy is electric energy, okay, so you draw it downwards. Okay, the only one that is different is green energy. Green energy you bring from at the heart level, you draw it in. Okay, green is the balance, it balances the magnetic with the electric, and it's just a nice neutral. Okay, so if you're not sure what energy you really need, I always say give yourself a blast of green because it balances everything. Draw it. Okay. So in a way, that card is giving you a clue of how to actually help yourself when you're going through a bad time. The next card we have is the Archangel Samuel card. It's a divine love. This is about loving yourself. It's about love begins with yourself. It's about knowing who you are, having a sense of worth, okay, so that you can attract love into your life, okay. The Angel of Nutrition is one way that maybe you've been letting yourself down. As I said, you know, when we get miserable, it becomes almost a temptation just to eat. Or for some people, when they're miserable, they've gone through something harsh, or some, you know, they're mourning or they're stressed, they stop eating. And you know, your body can't function without food. So it really is a case of getting that balance, okay, a nice balance with the right food, the food that's right and the drink that's right, giving your body all the nutrients that it needs so it feels good. If you feel good on the inside, you feel good on the outside, and you attract good things into your life. Okay, the last card is Archangel Raziel, and this is all the little hidden signs and messages that have been coming in around you. Perhaps you've had spirit messages coming in, angelic messages coming in, and if you follow these messages and if you follow your heart, then you're going to come to this card, which I did, oh sorry, not my theory over. You're going to come to this card, which is, I said we didn't really talk about it, but this is having peace. And you know, when we have peace in our heart, we have peace in our life, and it just attracts more peace and tranquility in. So, you know, if you look at these cards at the beginning, you might not be feeling quite so tranquil, quite so happy, but by the end of the week, you should be feeling a whole lot better. Okay, so that's the end of this week's reading. I hope you've all enjoyed it. Don't go anywhere, because I'm just going to put these cards away, and then I'll draw the card for the weekly reading I do. Okay, so love and light to you all. Look forward to seeing you next week. Thank you for your continued support of Mystic Moonstone. I've got to be honest, I do love connecting with you all on that page. Okay, bye. Hello everyone. Here we are at another weekly draw. They seem to come around so quick. It's amazing. When you do something like this, you don't realise how quick a week goes. Okay, so as I said, I like to use the Doreen Virtue cards for these. Good shuffle, as you can see. Put these down. I've got fairies everywhere today. I just seem to be obsessed with fairies at the moment, but we'll see what that's going to mean. Right, so there's all the names. Give them a really good shake. Show off my bingo wings. Let's see. I'm hoping the fairies have got anything to somebody today. Oops. I've got somebody. I have got somebody. And who is it? It's Nora Maguire. Okay, congratulations Nora Maguire. And we'll see, oops, let's get into another shuffle. Shuffle. Oh, that's definitely that one. Okay, we've got Archangel Haniel. Now, Archangel Haniel is, I've said before, you know, she's an important angel for us because her stone is Moonstone. So, you know, she's an angel that is very important for Mystic Moonstone. But for yourself, when she comes around in a nurturing role, and she's trying to help you, she's trying to nurture you right now, Nora, because you're feeling a little bit sensitive. Maybe you're worrying or feeling that you can't do something, but you know, this is your time to do it, it's your time to shine. When she comes around, she helps you to connect in with all the energies around you. Okay, and she does this through divine feminine energy. Okay, so connecting you with your inner goddess, that's the first thing. And as you connect with your inner goddess, then you'll be able to help others to connect with their inner goddesses. And this isn't just about helping women, you know, because even men need to connect with their more feminine side sometimes, to get in touch with feelings that maybe they're being repressed, or just letting their emotions out, and you know, just being more sensitive really. As this energy comes in around you, you may find that sometimes you'll be drawn more to lunar energy, sometimes you'll be drawn more to earth energy. What I want to say is just go with what feels right, okay, because you are a facilitator who is meant to help and guide others, alright, that is your role in life. Okay, now the card is saying you are extra sensitive to energies and emotions right now. Honour yourself and your feelings. So, you know, if for any reason, you know, you've got to realise when you're working with others and you're trying to help others and you're trying to bring everyone forward, sometimes you absorb some of the negative energy. Okay, it's just part of it, and if you try to ignore it, it just festers away inside. So sometimes you have to accept that, you know, you're only human too. And I want to say sometimes it's okay to cry. Okay, and the only reason I'm saying that is not to make you feel silly or anything, but you know, tears are healing, that they're salt water, they cleanse, and sometimes we need just to let those tears out. Sometimes even if there's nothing going, you know, terrible in our life or anything, we just need to sit and cry. That's why we all enjoy watching a good weepy, you know, because it gets those tears flowing, and it cleanses us, and you know, it takes away all the toxins that have sort of built up over the week. So, you know, don't feel that you've always got to have a mask on, you've always got to be the strong one, you've always got to be there for everyone. Sometimes honour yourself. Even if you take yourself away to a dark corner somewhere, you know, and have your little cry or something, you know, honour your feelings, honour your emotions, and that's what that card is saying. You know, Archangel Haniel is with you. She is helping you to connect with all the energies. This is your path. You are meant to go forward. Looking at this card also, I would say that there should be love in your life, and if it's not there now, then it should be coming in. Okay, and this will be a love that will have either commitment or something along those lines, because we have the swans in this card, and I'm really being drawn to the swans as I'm speaking to you. I also want to say watch out for an invite to a wedding. I feel this will be quite unexpected, but will bring a lot of joy. Okay, there's also a celebration, and I want to say a celebration that's going to involve water. I don't know if it's going to be by water or using water or just associated with water, but I've got water coming in. I was talking about tears, but it seems like I just have a lot of water coming in around you, a lot of cleansing going on. So watch out for that as well. I'm just trying to get something else here for you. Just really feels, Nora, like this is your year, but you have to believe in yourself. And once you start to believe in yourself, then your guardian angel will help you to go on to that next stage. There's just a little part of you that's still not quite believing that you're there. You are there, the door's open, they're just waiting for you to walk through it. Okay, so I'll leave you with that. Thank you for taking part, and congratulations. Love and light. Bye.